Southwest Mississippi. It's Thursday morning and time for Thursday Open Lines, your weekly look at what's happening in and around our area. If it's happening in Southwest Mississippi, you'll hear it right here on TOL. Now, from our studios in downtown Brookhaven, it's Thursday Open Lines with your host, Kenny Goza.
Good morning, everybody, and I'm back. I missed being here last week, but I'm sure Randy and Shannon covered everything well. I know Randy did. Randy, how about a weather forecast for today?
Hot.
Hot and locally hot.
Yep.
Heavily hot.
Hot.
When you predicting rain?
Well, there's a 20% chance late this afternoon, but
okay.
But who knows? You know,
all right. Well,
it could hit right now. We don't know.
Yep, that's true. Missed being here last week, though.
We do not have any storms brewing out in the Atlantic right now. So,
and again, I appreciate Shannon filling in for me. We have some great guests today. Got a lot of folks from Lincoln Community College and then some folks from the Lincoln County Civic Center because Southwest Expo is coming up this weekend, and we want to get those guys in here to talk about that. But my first guest is second-year head coach at Lincoln Community College football, Micah Davis. Micah, good to have you with us. I think you were here last year for your inaugural coaching debut, and you really had a great year last year, going 8-2. So expectations are high for 2026, 27 or 26 season.
Right. Yeah, they are. They're, our guys are excited. I think we got a really good group of guys. They've had a really good fall camp, summer camp. I know they're tired of hitting one another. So they're looking forward to that next week's game versus Mississippi Delta.
That's next Thursday?
Next Thursday.
A week from tonight?
Yes, sir.
And the start time will be 6:30. 6:30.
Yep.
Well, last year with an 8-2 record, and I was talking with someone out in the hallway here before we got on the air. You had a great transition of kids that went to D1. I mean, you had a bunch of young men that signed scholarships with D1 from last year.
I think the final total was 42 guys out of 65 that ended up signing. And, I think we had the most out of any junior college in the United States that signed. And, so that was a good job by those guys. They all earned it. 2/3 of your football team signed. It's pretty good.
Oh, that's great. So that also speaks to me on your recruitment. Because to get those, you had to do a great recruitment season, and I know that we've talked about that in the past. That's almost never ending, isn't it?
No, yeah, you don't ever stop. I mean, you're steadily doing it every day, and our coaches do a great job of evaluating and picking, and then they kind of, they just get after it and go after those dudes, and they pick us and we pick them, and so it turns out to be a pretty good deal. And
it's outside of Mississippi a lot too, isn't it? Because you can recruit from everywhere.
Yeah, you can get up to 15 out-of-staters. This year we got 2 kids from the Northeast, one from Virginia, and then we got one from Philadelphia, Delaware area. So it's wherever we can find a good player, and they'll come down here.
They'll come south.
Yep.
And get used to the heat.
Yeah, they got to definitely get used to the heat. So,
and let's talk about this season. I was asking you out in the hallway there about how's it look. So just kind of give us an overview of what you. And I know you can't predict, but how you think your talent is for the year and how you compared to last year. And
I think we are talented. I really do. We got some areas where we're a little bit younger than we were last year, but we were able to bring some mid-year transfers in, and we don't have 42 guys that are sophomores, but we have about 34, so that helps. Not being really, really young, but we have some areas that are young that we're counting on those guys to get some early reps and and understand how fast the game is and all that. But I think we have a shot. I do. Just gotta execute and get the ball rolling and stay healthy. It's a little bit different season this year. We got 10 actual regular season games and no bye week, so got to keep them healthy. Got to be able to get to the last game and have as many players that are able to play.
And back to recruitment and your year and everything, you mentioned that you have a returning quarterback, which is always an asset, I'm sure, to have somebody that's been through the freshman year.
Right.
And so that they're returning.
Yeah.
But also you for community college, and I guess it's now even Division I, you're never guaranteed you're going to get them for 2 years, 3 years, or 4 years, are you? I mean, because of the NIL and they could leave you after 1 year?
Yeah, we lost, a local guy, Josh Davis from Mendenhall, to University of Illinois at the end of May. And we were counting on him being a starter for us, and proud for him. It kind of hurt us a little bit, but it helps us in recruiting because we had a freshman leave early. And but yeah, you don't ever know what you're gonna get nowadays, and the rules are steadily changing with the NCAA and how they can get out, how they can leave us, and so But yeah, I got I actually got two quarterbacks coming that are back that have been here for 2 seasons, and got 3 running backs that are coming back, and then had a local kid, Caden Quarles, is running back, and he's coming back, and offensive line, I think we have 6 or 7 of those guys coming back, and have tight end that played last year, and we were young at receiver. We had every receiver actually leave last year, and so we had to basically sign a whole new class. And fortunately, we had Jamar J. Bell as a receiver. He was a big player for us. Signed with ULM as a true freshman and decided to come back, so that was a big get for us, and as well as a couple of transfers. And on defense, linebacker-wise, we have a good group of guys that played a bunch last year that'll be back, and we have a few D linemen and a few defensive backs that played, but those are kind of the areas where we had a few more new guys that that were counting on playing early and having to make a bunch of plays for us.
We were just talking about the heat and how much that's how hot it's been lately. So does NCAA, and what are the requirements on when you practice on hydration and all that?
Well, they have a wet bulb deal that they have to follow. That training staff, they keep a close eye on. We throw breaks in every so many 15, 20 minutes just to give them a chance to take a blow and get some water. Definitely got to keep an eye on it. You don't want anybody to get too hot or you're dehydrated, because once you lose them, you're probably out for a week.
Yeah.
And, some are longer than that. So, definitely got to keep an eye on it. Don't want them to, something, really bad to happen or anything. That's no fun to think about. But, you just got to keep an eye on it and, listen to the trainers, what they have to say.
Listen to the rules.
Yeah.
Obey the rules. Because I saw that on the news that we had a couple of high school teams that broke the rules.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm sure they didn't do that on purpose, but just not understanding what the rules are.
Right. You either got to go early in the morning or late at night, or somehow shorten it up during the day if you do go in the day.
Yeah, and we were talking about you having turf up there, and I know that really gets. I mean, having been up there when it was installed and everything, it gets hot.
Yeah, it does. It definitely does.
Yeah, up in where it's 110 heat index, that feels probably at 115 or 20.
Yeah, you can definitely feel it.
Yeah. Well, how about your coaching staff? All your guys come back, or you got new coaches?
Everybody's back except we got a new receiver coach, Travell Harris. Was actually a coach up at University of Toledo, played in the NFL for a couple of years. So he's got a really good knowledge of the game, and he's a young guy, energetic. So he can relate to the players. But overall, everybody else is back. Coach Gordon, who's been really good at defense coordinator for us. Had several coaches, our teams trying to still pick him away from us, and thankfully he chose to stay. And Coach Fleming is coming back. Offensive line has been really good the last couple of years. You got Coach Nathan Wade who's coming back for his second year with defensive backs. Then we got 2 volunteer coaches with Thomas Dice, who's coaching running backs, and then Del Torres Thompson, he helps Coach Wade with the DBs, and you got Coach Johnson, who's been here for several years as coaching defensive line. So.
Well, I just want people that are listening to come out and see the Wolves play. Are you at home next Thursday?
Yes, yeah.
At home next Thursday night. Great facility up there with and just great football. I think sometimes maybe people don't think about the level of play at junior college, but it's really good.
Yeah, you're going to see probably 15 to 20 Division I players playing each night from both sides of the ball, and it's going to be good football.
And they're trying to get to D1,
yep.
So they're hungry for that, and so it's a great opportunity to come out and see some good football. Well, anything else, Coach? I mean,
I'm excited. The good thing is we got a lot of local guys in our district, at the old Co-Lin districts that are playing for us. So hopefully that'll bring a lot of people out, draw a big crowd for us, and so we're looking forward to that. But we're excited and thankful and ready to get after it.
Well, Thank you for coming in. We ready to take a break, Randy? Can we take a break and we'll get some other folks in here? Coach, good luck to you. Hope you have a great year.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And I'll see you up there. I'm coming to some games.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
At Brookhaven Monument Company, we understand that a monument is more than a stone. It's a promise to remember.
Since 1947, families across Southwest Mississippi have trusted us to tell their loved one's story with dignity and care. We offer quality craftsmanship, stellar service, and one of the largest selections of memorials in the region.
Visit us at 807 Highway 51 North in Brookhaven or call 601-833-5701.
Brookhaven Monument Company, honoring life with lasting beauty.
All right, we're back. Again, we have a group of guys and ladies from Co-Lin Community College today with us because everything's kind of kicking off up there with school and sports and all the activities that happen on the college campus. So we have with us, let me just mention our sponsors first because we have some new sponsors and we very much appreciate that support. Without them, this would not be possible. Bank of Brookhaven, King's Daughters Medical Center, Lincoln County Civic Center. We have Emmeline Chaston coming on about the expo this weekend. 1905 Rapid Oil Change, Brookhaven Recreation Department, Brookhaven Monument, Toyota Brookhaven, and Monticello Tire Company. This might be the longest list of sponsors we've had since I've been doing this for a couple of years. But Tripp, we got Tripp Case in here with us. Tripp's always my closer, it seems like. He always is the last guy and don't get a lot of time. So we got him in the middle this time to give him a little bit more time to talk about tennis. And Tripp, this is your second year?
Third year as head coach.
Third year as head coach. Mm-hmm. And you have done a tremendous job up there with the tennis program. And as you've been on before and we've talked about it, Brookhaven has become a tennis destination, it seems like, around this area with so much from adults playing tennis to 6U playing tennis. And I don't know, is it big enough to get out there and hold a racket? It seems like they're out on the tennis court.
That's right. Yeah, we're lucky to be around a community that's really involved, and it allows us to do some pretty cool things. Camps. We actually have another tournament this weekend, singles only, that we're hosting out there. So, that's what it's all about. So, and then on top of that, like you said, we've had a great year to recap, and we're looking forward to another one.
Well, you're saying this weekend. What age is this?
This is part of a tournament series that the USTA is putting together. It's actually all ages, but they're trying to showcase all the Mississippi Community College campuses. So be on the lookout. If you missed ours, we'll have another one soon, but I know Meridian's got a couple coming up. Jones, I think, has another one later this fall. So I think it's really neat because, again, our community colleges are, especially in Mississippi, really something special.
Well, you just said it, and last year you had a really great year last year, and so let's talk about that. You had some kids go to national,
right? So both the men's and women's team,
a young adult.
Yeah, that's right. So last year, both our men's and women's team qualified for nationals, and not only that, our women who were runner-up in the conference and runner-up in the region finished third in the nation at nationals. We had Ella Thompson here from Brookhaven.
Girls. Yeah, one of our locals.
She actually lost to a girl from Jones in the finals, national championship finals in the sixth flight singles.
So we had two Mississippi colleges in the finals.
And Jones, of course, national champions, and we were second to them in the conference and region. And also, too, Ruri Takuchi, our Japanese player, she got to the finals and lost to an East Central girl at the number one single spot at the national championship. So women, look, we had a great year. We expect to have another one. I'm really excited. We actually have 5 of the 6 girls that were in our singles lineup are back. So let that sink in. And the one girl we added, Yvette Balaguer, she's from Spain. She's a player, Kenny. You'll have to come out there and watch her because I'm telling you, she's going to be tough to play against too. So we're improving, and I'm just so excited.
Again, I was talking to Mike, Coach Davis. How do you do that recruitment to find those people from Spain and Puerto Rico, other places that you've had?
Japan. Japan. Over the past 2 years, well, maybe 3 now, since I've been head coach, we've had one from every continent. And my joke is, Brenda's probably tired of hearing it, is unless we can find a penguin that can play, we can't get that 7th. So, no, it's a process, and you know, tennis is a very global sport, and in a very international sport at the college level, and so these players will pay recruiters, agents essentially, to place them at a college. And so that agent will line up calls, interviews per se with us coaches. We go through, we watch film, we look at results, and we just try to decide. And it's tough, Kenny, especially when you only have 3 spots. But
right.
But it's part of the fun. It's also the aspect I enjoy.
You're watching videos of them and things like that, but also, do you go to tennis events and see them? Have you done very much of that?
Well, this summer I got married in Ireland, so
yeah,
I was able.
You kind of had something going on this summer.
Yeah, but I was, and Beth probably hated this, my wife, but I was able to go meet one of our players and see him train. So that was cool. That was like my first time going abroad and getting to meet a player.
Where was that
before. That was in Dublin. So, but in general, I mean, look, I keep begging, our AD Brian Noble, and I'll keep asking Dr. Middleton if they can keep up in my travel budget. Maybe I can do some international recruiting in person.
Oh yeah, that would work. And you said that about Dr. Middleton and Brian, but let's go back to the board and Dr. Sims, all that. And we said this years ago when I was working up there, and we did the tennis complex. We felt like that what we built was going to help recruitment because it upped the facilities that were there. Is that a?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, when players and parents come from all over the state, and even our Irish kid that got to campus, his dad came with him. Jack Farrell's his name. He said, the dad said, Tripp, this is one of the most incredible facilities we've been to. He said, this facility, if you picked it up and dropped it in Ireland, would be top 3 facility in the nation. Yeah. So I think of course it's helped with recruiting locally and abroad, and I can't tell you enough how much of a plus it's been to recruit off of that. And I really feel like we're trying to do things to set us apart on that front with the addition of Play Site, which we talked about last time.
You need some covering up there.
Right, we need some shade structure. So if there's any sponsors out there listening and want their logo somewhere, we'd love some shade.
That is probably the one need that you really have up there.
It is, and we're working on some things because look, this fall we're hosting the biggest tournament in our conference. It's called the ITA Fall Regional. All 10 of the teams will be there competing at our campus for 4 days. So
wow.
This is the first time in program history we've hosted this tournament that happens.
So
every year.
We talk about what we talk about sports. But what you're talking about brings economic investment into Lincoln County and Copiah County, because if you've got 4 days with 10 teams.
Oh, yeah, 10 teams, and you're talking coaches, and some maybe SIDs may come down for the day, train, or, and their staff.
Lodging, food, fuel, all those things that they're going to need while they're here for 4 days. That's right. A long time.
Absolutely, and, so we're just and again, even the tournaments we do that aren't, like the ones for the community, I mean, they've just brought so many people from even out of state. We sometimes have Louisiana kids and come over and play. Sometimes we get some from North Mississippi that probably don't venture down to Wesson much. So it's a great impact for our area, and that's another reason why the facility is such a great investment.
And again, having been there, having been a part of that, and kudos again to Dr. Sims and the board, because when we first went into that project, it was kind of like we felt like we might only get half of what ended up being built, but you ended up with 8 courts.
Right.
8 courts, yeah.
Yeah, and again, that's allowed for us to host this event. I mean, you have to have at least 8 courts to host this event that we have coming up, the ITA Fall Regional. So, Yeah, it's exciting, and look, I can't wait to see again. This is going to be a great year. So I know we talked a little bit about the women, but our men, they finished 3rd in the conference, 4th in the region, and 5th in the nation. So I just wanted to drop that too because they deserve the shout out there, and got a lot of newbies. So we'll see how that goes. A lot of freshmen, but
you got some
really excited.
Got some Lincoln County freshmen, right?
Oh yeah. Well, on the women's side, I'm trying to think. On the men's side, men's side, it's a lot of Jackson. Women's side, we already shouted out Ella Thompson, who's a returner, Addie Locke, Macy Loy from Wesson, Addie Foster from Brookhaven, and I hope I'm not missing anybody. We got Bryn Gore from up in Canton. Claire Barton Calcote, how could I forget? Right there from Wesson. So yes, we got, and I think that's what's made this year or last year and what will make this year so special is that it's always great to see success, especially when it's kids from our area. These are kids that people know, or people in the community know these kids and know their parents, and their parents are alumni, some of them, and so it's really special. So I look forward to being a part of that. And then, of course, Brenda Smith, assistant coach, she's been 31. This is her 31st year, in Weston. So she's been a lifetime, at least 3 decades of a Wolf. And then we added Eric Fisher, Weston native.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. Yes.
Yeah, he's a good friend of mine.
He's helping with the men?
That's right, men and women. So we've got a full coaching staff, 3 coaches, most we've ever had. Again, going to allow us to do a lot more. I joke with him, he is a Jones alumni, and I think he's listening this morning, so we won't hold that against him.
That's why he's not here with us. We didn't want to have him here with us.
But I'm excited to see what we can do because Eric's a go-getter. Brenda, just adds so much value too with her experience and wealth of knowledge. And this coaching staff and this team, men's and women's team, have a lot. There's a lot that's going to unfold for the better, and I wholeheartedly believe we can improve on some of these achievements.
I just have to say this too about tennis up there at the college and most everywhere really where tennis is at. It is not an income generated sport because you can go to Co-Lin and watch tennis and there's no fee to get in the gate.
Right.
And you're wanting to do a covering. You're wanting to add this. You want to add that. You want to make a trip to go see somebody. The college has to be supportive of that.
Right. And I think, too, we're trying to meet in the middle with that, too, because we know that we're not football. We're not selling season tickets. But I think now more than ever, especially when across the board in college tennis, you've actually seen since COVID, I think the count's up to 90 programs shut down, tennis programs in the nation. So we're trying to find ways to help with that. I think what's great is these tournaments, things like that, these also the camps we do in the summer. It's just all so that we can help the community, and also when we need something, right, we can. You'll speak to Angela later, but through our foundation, we can fundraise and we can get the things we need so that we can be a little more self-sustaining.
Yeah, I still think that you probably need a camper up there because I think you live up there with as much as you do to improve that program. And really, kudos to you, to Micah, to Angela, all that. Co-Lin has really stepped it up, I think, in trying to do more and more locally, more for the community, improve facilities, all those things that. Again, Dr. Sims, Dr. Middleton, all the way back to Dr. Nettles, all the way back. It's always been a great place to be a part of.
That's right. It's a place to be, right? That's our tagline.
That's a place to be,
yeah.
And talk about, again, you just mentioned briefly, even the technology that you've put in up there to where you can watch videos to see the improvement, what they're doing wrong, what they're doing right, how to...
Right. I mean, it's, we always want to improve our facilities, and I think for me it's always what can we do to improve the experience for our students, our student athletes. And so Play Site, that was a project that I looked and saw Ole Miss State has it. You go across the nation, all your big D1, Power 4 schools have it, and it's like, I know we're a junior college in Weston, Mississippi, but we can how can we get that too? Because that's a tool we can use
Mm-hmm.
and improve and give access so that family abroad can watch matches. And it also gives our student athletes another tool to improve. So thank you so much. Yeah, Kenny, that's I'm glad you plugged that, because that's a project that we've really been proud of as of recently.
So real quick, someone they can go on the site and watch a match going on up there?
Absolutely. So when we play a match, when we host like when we host the ITA regional, we will post a link on our social media pages, so you can click it, watch it. You can actually go to Co-Lin athletics.com and you can go to our tennis page, and there's a link there
just
all
like
the
watching
time.
Football or softball, all those things. All right.
Click live stream, and there it is. So
hey,
check it out.
You got more time today.
Yeah, I did. Thanks, Kenny. You moved me up on the roster. I'm no longer fifth string.
Yeah, that's right.
No,
well,
appreciate it.
Congratulations on your marriage.
Thank you.
As you traveled across the world, and but I hope you have a great year, and you've done a great job up there.
Appreciate it, Kenny.
All right,
thanks for having me on.
All right, we're going to take a break. We'll be back.
Sometimes it's good to see a familiar face. This is Shannon Aker with Bank of Brookhaven. The folks at our bank believe strongly in serving our customers and friends in Lincoln County, not other parts of the state. Stop in today and see a familiar face, a face that wants to help you. And remember, friends, for over 25 years at Bank of Brookhaven, it's all about you. Bank of Brookhaven, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
All righty, we're back again. And again, Co-Lin Day. We've got Lincoln County Civic Center coming up about the expo, but here in the first part of the show, we've had Coach Davis from the head coach of football at Co-Lin. We've had Trip Case, head coach of tennis at Co-Lin. Now we're going to get off sports a little bit, kind of, sort of, but we have Angela Furrian, who is the Angela? What's your foundation director?
I'm the executive director of the Foundation and Alumni Relations. That's
all
a
right,
mouthful.
So I would say not 8 out of 10, maybe 7 out of 10, or could be 9 out of 10. I have no idea what the foundation at Co-Lin does. So wanted to get you on, and I said, hey, Angela, you can talk about anything you want to talk about foundation to let people understand, because we were just talking about with Trip Case. Tennis, I'm trying to think of some other sports up there. It's not an income generating sport.
Right.
You don't do tickets at the gate or anything like that. So a lot of that has to depend on what the board approves to give them, and then what you as a foundation executive director you can help out with things that they want.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that.
Okay. Well,
but
yeah.
I think you want to mention first something that.
Well, I'll talk about the Junior Wolfpack Club in a bit if you'll let me. But, yeah, I'd love to just share what the foundation is if anybody doesn't know. But we are our own 501c3 nonprofit that exists solely to support Copiah Lincoln Community College. And so unlike the Red Cross or Salvation Army or other nonprofits that people may know about, we don't have any overhead like they do when it comes to that. I am a college employee. We have a small staff that are all employees of the college, as you know, Kenny, but just to share with the the listeners here, but because Kenny's been on our board before and is very well versed in what we do. But so we are a nonprofit that exists solely to raise funds to give back to Co-Lin. And so, like I said, I am an employee of the college. We have our office housed on campus, and I do have a foundation board that I answer to. But as a college employee, I also answer to the board of trustees. So that's how we're a little bit unique. But you mentioned athletics. Yes, we raise money for athletics and support our teams. But we just support the college as a whole and are always happy to do
a lot of scholarships.
Anything. Yes, scholarships are our biggest area of support. We give out about $500,000 in scholarships every year to students and faculty and staff. We have some scholarships for them for their professional development, conferences, and things like that, as well as tuition reimbursement if anybody is pursuing an advanced advanced degree. But that's our whole purpose, and we have a lot of different areas of support. Like I said, athletics, scholarships, anything that we can do to supplement what the college budget does not cover. And as you know, and as many people who are listening probably know, there are never enough funds supplied by the legislature, and tuition and fees, revenue, that kind of thing. There's always more that we can do, and we've been able to do a lot more than we did in the past.
Well,
and so
let
we're
me
really
just
proud
say
of that.
congratulations to you. If you looked at social media and you looked in the Daily Leader, you had a record year last year.
Yeah.
Yes, so congratulations.
Yes, thank you. We're really excited, and I will not even attempt to take that credit for myself. We had a lot of folks helping, including our coaches. Tripp just came on. A lot of our coaches are younger, and nothing against older coaches either, but especially some of these newer coaches we've been hiring. They are hungry, and they see what the other institutions have, and they want the best for their athletes, and so they are really hustling to help raise money to put back into their program, and so we work together on that, and we've just had a great board, and just our whole team at Co-Lin has been a part of that. But yeah, we had a record-breaking year, bringing in more than $2 million for the first time in history, and in turn, we're giving back to the college more than we ever have in history. We gave about $1.2 million back to the college in direct support, including scholarships and building and grounds, and just any area that we can support, we've been able to do. So we're very
Angela,
proud.
and back to what you just said of us both being employed up there, and during that time, if you've not been to the campus, there has been so much improvement up there on that campus since about 2015, somewhere right in there. And so it's worth a visit to come to an event, come to a sporting event, or just a band event. There's so much going on
There's
up there.
something at Co-Lin for everybody, even if you don't. I mean, Shannon Akers on the radio all the time, and he talks about how long he was in this community and just didn't know much about Co-Lin. But once he found out about who we are and what we do, he loves coming, and he loves to support us. And he's been a great supporter, as Bank of Brookhaven does for everybody in this community. But he's a great example of somebody who recognizes that what we have to offer at Co-Lin. But yeah, we have fine arts programs. We have great athletic events. JUCO ball is just super fun. We were just talking about volleyball. I don't know if y'all mentioned it today.
No, we
yet,
haven't mentioned it.
We have a brand new program, and today is our first home match. So we are expecting. I was talking to Ben, who he's an officiant, and
international official.
Oh, okay. I did not know that, but he was explaining
official.
some of the rules to me, and that's something I got a lot to learn. But I'm really excited about volleyball, and so we've got a lot of excitement going on for our teams and just our students getting involved, and the BSU is thriving, and just our student programs are really thriving. And so if you would like to come and visit Co-Lin, either as a potential student or just somebody who wants to come and catch a game, we would love to have anybody.
Here's another thing that you hear, and you're talking about Shannon coming up to Co-Lin. On the academic side, especially on the career tech side, I didn't know you had that program up there. I didn't know y'all did that up there, because you found that out through the years of people coming up and, well, I didn't know they had welding up there. I didn't know they had night welding.
Absolutely,
Those kind of things. So people don't know what is within 10, 12 miles of Brookhaven of what's available to them.
And I'm sure y'all talk about workforce development and things like that on the radio all the time, but I was just talking to Ben about his kids and I was getting an update on them.
Goodness, come through there and
they have great jobs. And so there are a lot of opportunities. Maybe you are not academically minded. We've got a place for you at Co-Lin. We have some excellent career and technical programs that you can go for 1 to 2 years and get out and get a really good job locally.
Yeah. You want to talk about your junior
Yes,
Wolfpack?
absolutely. So, yes, that's kind of an overview of the foundation, and but also wear an alumni relations hat. And so those two things go hand in hand. And so under our alumni association, we have the Junior Wolfpack Club, and that is for kids age 12 and under. And we are inviting anybody who is already planning to come to the games, by all means, please join. But if you want an opportunity to come and get involved, and you've got kids who want to get involved, it's a lot of fun. It's $25 a year. The kids will get a swag bag and t-shirt. They'll get in free to all of our Co-Lin athletic events. We're going to expand it this year, and so they get to run out on the field before every home football game with our cheerleaders, and they'll get a birthday card for Mr. and Mrs. Wolf, and be recognized at other events this year. We used to just have it limited to football, but we are going to recognize them at some basketball games, and throughout the spring we're going to have a big pizza party at a baseball game in the spring. So we would love to have anybody sign up for that. You can go to our Co-Lin alumni Lifetime Foundation Facebook page, and there's a link to join online there. Like I said, $25. Today is the deadline to get in to get a t-shirt before our first football game on August 27th. But this will be available if anybody wants to join in later in the season. We would love to have them. But if you want to get in before August 27th home football game, sign up today.
Oh, hey, you did a great job on that.
Always happy to come in and share.
But back to the foundation side of it. So you mentioned it, about all of that. So someone listening, I want to make a contribution. I want to set up a scholarship. Why not give them?
Absolutely.
Tell them what they need.
Yeah. So you mentioned scholarships. That is our biggest area of support, and but we always need more. I mean, we give out, like I said, more than $500,000, but we still had 100 students who applied this year that there just were not enough funds to go around. So we always could use scholarship funds. If you would like to honor a loved one with a scholarship in their memory, that's something that we do. If you are a business and would like to do something on an annual basis, you don't have to put up a ton of money to endow a scholarship. We can do something on an annual basis, and I won't talk about all those details, but if anybody's interested, I would be happy to share that. My number at the office is 601-643-8313, or you can email me. My name's on the Co-Lin website. Just track me down. You can find me.
Monday, I was talking to a young man, and this weekend is the Trent Collingsworth, Killingsworth,
yes.
not Collingsworth.
Yes.
Killingsworth, I want where I got that from. I've known Sheila and all them for years. But it's this coming weekend, and he was talking about how many scholarships they've been able to give through the foundation at Co-Lin.
And that's been a really a cool thing. I get to be a part of a lot of cool things like that, but that one's especially special to me because I knew Trent. We were classmates at Co-Lin together. He and my husband were roommates at Southern Miss and just lifelong friends of their family. And so for their family to be able to host this event, it's a trap shoot that they do every year. And they get together, and it's the Killingsworths are a special family anyway. They roll deep, and then if one of them's got something going on, the whole family gets involved, and that's exactly what they do. The cousins are running around playing. The little kids are playing on the slip and slide, and the moms and aunts are cooking and grilling, and they feed people. It's just a really fun day. If you don't care about shooting skeet, you can still come and have a good time. But that is coming up soon, and all the funds that they raise from that event go back into a scholarship in Trent's memory, and they have helped many students over the years. I think we've been doing that for at least probably 10 to 15 years now, and they add to it every year, and it's a really generous scholarship. And just knowing Trent, I know he would have been so tickled by that, and just as a family to get to continue his legacy and to remember him every year, it's really special. We have Nathan Steele Foundation out of Franklin County does something similar, but there's some other folks who give to scholarships that they do different kind of fundraisers, so it doesn't have to be one person putting up a lot of money. You can do something like that, but if you're interested in hearing more about that, I will be happy to talk.
You know, again, back to the Trent Killingsworth, it's just they took that tragedy and invested it back into people's lives.
Yeah.
And I asked him, I said, do you live at the compound up there? Because they are a very unique family, the McGeehees, the Killingsworth, all of that up there. Great people, but they took something and gave back.
Yes.
And sometimes we don't always do that. You know?
That's something, like I said, something really special that I get a front row seat to. You know, I've met with some families in some of the hardest times, but they come in and they want to see something positive come out of those sad situations. And so that's been really special to me to be a part of, and to get to see loved ones be able to honor their family members with a scholarship that carries their name on, and get to see the students then. And we do have a really special event that we do every fall where our donors get to come and meet our students.
And also your Hall of Fame banquet.
Yes.
People
And
that have give and give.
We try to get our students in front of the people who support them, and I think that is one of the most important things we can do. And you can see in front of you a tangible way that the money that you give that you may not have thought really meant a lot, but it really does. And to get to see the students and hear from them of how that may have changed their life, literally. You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
And so, just to get to be a part of that has been one of the most rewarding parts of my career.
We got a couple of minutes left.
Yeah.
You just want to kind of go over, recap everything?
Sure. Yeah. So, happy to talk to anybody who is interested in supporting the foundation. We are, like I said, a 501c3 nonprofit, so all gifts are tax deductible, either from an individual or from a business. We also have sponsorship opportunities if you are interested in getting involved in our athletics or any type of sponsorship for an event. If you are a business and wanting to get more involved with Co-Lin, I can find a place to plug you in there. The Junior Wolfpack Club is for kids 12 and under for all of our athletic events, but kicking off on August 27th at our first home football game. So if you want to get your t-shirt before that, that day, please sign up today. And one more thing, if you would allow me to share, we're having a softball alumni day coming up on September 12th. Softball has been generating a lot of interest in the last several years. And so, but we have never done an alumni day, and we have that coming up on September 12th. And we are inviting all former Lady Wolves. This is from all the way back to come back. We are going to have a special recognition for the 2006 championship team. It's their 20-year anniversary. Coach Alan Kent's going to throw out the first pitch, and we're actually having an alumni game. So if you want if you want to play in that game, we would love to have you. All ages are invited. We do have some recent grads who probably still got it, but we can take everybody. And so that is, everything is free. There is a sign up on the Co-Lin Facebook page, and I think Co-Lin Softball has been sharing it on their Facebook. But we want everybody to come. Even if you don't want to play, just come for the fellowship. But we would love to see all former Lady Wolves come for that.
All right, Angela, thank you for coming in. Appreciate again, we've enjoyed the Co-Lin Day, and so appreciate all you're doing up there.
Thank you all for having me.
And we're going to take a break, and we'll be back with the Lincoln County Civic Center group.
We're proud to share some big news with our community. Toyota of Brookhaven is the first dealership in Southwest Mississippi to earn the Distinguished Toyota President's Award.
This is Toyota's highest honor, recognizing dealerships that go above and beyond with customer satisfaction, sales performance, service, and overall operations.
What makes this award truly special is you. From all of us at Toyota of Brookhaven, thank you. This award belongs to you. Toyota of Brookhaven, your trusted hometown choice.
Wonderful. All right, we're back. Let me mention our sponsors before we have this Lincoln County Civic Center group on. Emmeline Davis and her crew.
Hello.
Yeah. Let me say this, though. Bank of Brookhaven, King's Daughters Medical Center, Lincoln Civic Center, 1905, Rapid Oil Change, Brookhaven Recreation Department, Brookhaven Monument, Toyota of Brookhaven, and Monticello Tire Company. Emmeline, you brought Chris Goss with you.
Yes.
And Chris, I don't think we've ever met, or we may have. I don't remember. Could have.
It's been a while.
Yeah. Meet a lot of folks. But how'd you get Chasten to come? Because did you tell him I wasn't going to be here?
That would have worked last week when Shannon was filling
because
in for you.
what's been the track record the last month or so that every time you come on, it's like, he's just too busy.
Yeah, the ghost is in the room.
The ghost is in the room.
She said that you needed the voice and the face today.
Oh, okay. I got you. So I thought Emmeline was the voice and the face.
Well,
this is such a big event that we needed.
Yeah, she needed extra help on this
one. Oh man, you talking about a big event. This is it for the weekend. And Chasten and Emmeline, I think we've been talking about this for over a year.
Yes.
Because you don't just happen this week.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of planning.
No, I told them in the waiting room, and I told them yesterday, 366 more days to the next one. They start planning. Right. So,
yeah, and you're right about that. Comes Monday morning, you got to start planning for next year.
Absolutely.
But this weekend it starts tomorrow night, correct?
Yes.
And all day Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the Southwest Wildlife Expo.
It is.
All right, Emmeline, y'all tell us what it's about.
So we've got 40 plus. I'm going to say like maybe even 45 plus vendors of all wildlife and hunting equipment and promotion coming in. So it is an outdoorsy weekend. But, of course, not everybody in the family unit is outdoorsy or maybe wants to be. So we wanted it to be fully family, and we added events on top of that so there's something for everyone.
What are events on top of that?
We've got the barbecue competition, which is formerly Hog Wild. It used to be downtown. They're going to have it with us. And then the National Wildlife Turkey Federation Calling Contest, second annual, will be going on down there. We have Touch a Truck for kids. We'll have bounce houses. And
what is Touch a Truck? I saw that, and I'm like, okay, what is that? Just a big equipment out there that they can go
kids and adults can climb in all of these units.
Can't drive it, but just climb on it.
Yeah, unfortunately not driving it. But I've got emergency management vehicles coming, along with Farm Belt is helping us put this on, and they're bringing a bunch of pieces too.
You couldn't do it without a lot of sponsors. I'm sure we want to make sure that you mention those.
Ooh.
Chasten,
yes.
Do you kind of know who they are?
Yeah.
It's just a lot of them, isn't it?
It is. It's a lot of them. Like she said, Farm Belt Equipment, Keith White and Brookhaven Broadcast Fielders, Pro Shop, Southern Ag, Bank of Brookhaven, Toyota Brookhaven, Total Mechanical Repair, First Bank, and that's just to name just some of the bigger ones. So we've got so many other ones who've sponsored and donated and to help with this event. Silent auction items and just door prizes and gift cards and so many different things. It takes an army to put it together, and it takes a country just to run it just about.
Well, Chris, what about you? What are you helping with the organization of it, or
just kind of being Chasten's second chair, just for all this busy time that he ain't here, trying to help give somebody to go to and try to get it flowing as much as possible. This year, everything went together a lot smoother than last year. A lot of us, it was our first year on the committee, so this year, even as far back as July, things look, pulled together and put together a lot better. So just kind of excited about getting everybody here tomorrow and getting it going.
Now, tomorrow night starts at what time?
4 o'clock, 4 to 8.
4
tomorrow,
to 8.
And then it'll be all day Saturday from 9 to 6.
And it is a ticketed event?
Yes.
That's right.
For ages 11 and up, we'll have to pay $10 to get in.
And then tomorrow night it's just the normal things, but maybe your barbecue competition, all that's going to happen on Saturday.
All the big events like that will go.
Tomorrow's
on
kind
Saturday.
of a walkthrough, maybe.
Yeah, more of a walkthrough. I've already talked to my commissioners. Been talking to them. Even the public has said, "Hey, we need a bigger space. We need a bigger space out here." So, I mean, we're working on it, but trying to get all these things in, it's a great problem to have when you have a bunch of vendors wanting to come together. And we've been pretty much full for 2 or 3 months now, so completely full with vendors. We've got vendors who are still calling, trying to get in, and love to have that problem. We put them on a list. So, trying to get all these people in to showcase what they have, their talents and things of that nature, and help out all the vendors we can. But we're only so big.
But Chasten, you and I have talked about this, Emmeline, and you heard me. I don't know if y'all heard me talking to Trip a while ago, Trip Case from Co-Lin. Lincoln County Civic Center is a great facility, wonderful facility, and you do a lot of stuff for the community. But people may not recognize how much you do economic impact to Lincoln County.
Yes.
So Tripp just mentioned that in September, I think it was, he's got 10 community college teams coming in for 4 days.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
At Co-Lin.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing this event. They're probably going to come in tonight to get ready for tomorrow night.
Yep.
And not going to leave till Sunday. 4 days.
4 days. Yep.
It's your fuel, lodging.
Mm-hmm. It does
food.
It brings in
and I don't think we can even put that. We don't know what that number is.
No,
but it is a big number.
So, and I've talked about this in economic shows and stuff like this. Of what we bring in baseball wise, RV park wise. When contractors come in, talking about when we bring in circus or what events that we bring in, the people that we bring in. It brings a lot of money to Brookhaven, which is a great thing. When after the mayor election, I went to the new mayor and their board and their aldermen and said, for us to succeed, y'all have to succeed. But with y'all succeeding, we can bring in a lot more things.
Right.
And that does nothing but help Brookhaven because we're a county entity, so we don't get none of the tax dollars from that. So the way it works at the Civic Center is the county gives us so much money, and then we have to raise the other money just to keep things going, the lights on, to upgrade all the materials, and to upgrade the audio visual or the lawnmowers or the tractors, or keep the arena going. So it takes things like this, our events, to make the Civic Center better.
Yeah, it justifies what you want. What you're wanting to upgrade, or
That's
what you're
right.
wanting to add, or what you want to do,
and it keeps us as a community center as well too. So that so we can have the local people enjoy it and use it for, fractions of the cost of what it would cost at other venues. So we try to raise the money the best way we can, and this is a great way that we can raise money and showcase what we have and showcase all the vendors that we have in the Southwest community down here. So.
And when you get through with the Southwest Expo, Emmeline, it's going to be the next event, the next thing.
Yep.
It's constant.
Yes. The Arts and Crafts Expo that we had was a great success. So we're already starting to plan more on that too. So, you got to change with the times, and you got to make sure you give the public back what they want to see and what they need, So we're trying to do our best over there, and but
y'all do a great job.
That's where Touch
really
a Truck
do.
come from. We did a poll in Milan when she came on. She did a poll of what they wanted for the public, and Touch a Truck won. That's right.
Yeah. All right, we got 2 minutes left. Talk about the expo tomorrow night, starting at
Tomorrow night,
4 o'clock.
Starts at 4 to 8, and then August 22nd is 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. It's $10 entry fee for ages 11 and up, and then 10 and under law enforcement. And if you're calling in the turkey contest, you can get in for free. And then Saturday only, we've got the turkey calling contest along with Touch a Truck. But throughout the event, we've got wildlife vendors, and they'll be doing live demos all day. So come shop, come hang out.
Has your father-in-law volunteered to be one of the testers for the Hog Wild barbecue?
I should sign him up for that.
Yeah.
My dad included.
I
have a surprise for you. You're a judge.
Well, thank you for all y'all do up there. We're about to close out. Randy, he's going to cut us off.
He always does.
He always cuts us off for some reason. He has no consideration that we're trying to talk about.
It's good that y'all invited me back for at least one event. So here, it's good to be back in the studio.
Good back in the studio. We'll get you back again, whatever the next event is at the Lincoln County Civic Center. Chris, good to meet you again.
Yes, sir.
Look forward to being up there. My grandkids are chomping at the bits to get up there Saturday.
Oh, yay. Can't
so
wait.
we'll see you.
All right. Thanks.
All right. Thank y'all for coming.